Okay, so this is so funny because for the longest time I've been talking about how I love my Ariel Rider XClass and how I just wish it had somewhat close to the power of my wired Freedom. I wish it was a 60 volt. Then I get an email from Ariel Rider saying that they're releasing a brand new XClass with 60 volts of power. I don't know if I manifested it, but it is so crazy that it's finally happening. Now the interesting part to me is that they're releasing 3 different versions of this new 60 volt XClass, which I honestly did not see coming. I saw them dropping a 60 volt e-bike, of course, someday, but I did not think it would be a type of bike that has 3 different versions to it, which is pretty cool though. But yes, there's 3 different versions. There's the Cafe Racer, there's the off-road version, and then there's the performance version. The Cafe Racer costs $1,799. The off-road version costs $2,099, and the performance costs $2,699. Now, obviously, if I'm gonna buy this bike, I'm going straight for the performance version right away. Now, the bikes come with a 60 volt battery, 4 piston brakes with 203 millimeter disc rotors, which is chef's kiss. I love those upgrades. I'm very excited about it. I'm super hyped because while I do love the wired Freedom, I really did love my old Ariel Rider XClass. I'll definitely include some footage of it.
Oh, no.
It was easily one of my favorite e-bikes that I've ever had, and I've had a good amount at this point, especially for the time. It was like super powerful, super torquey, so I'm extremely excited for this new bike. Now the performance version I believe comes with dual batteries, which is again, the chef's kiss. That's exactly what I want. I want the range, I want the top speed, and I want the power and torque. Seems like this bike is gonna have all of it. Yeah, but my biggest problems with the original XClass were the brakes, suspension, and the power. But it seems like this new version is basically gonna solve all the problems I had with it, which makes me even more excited because I love the styling of it, I love the fit of it, and the new version looks beautiful. I love the way the headlight looks for the performance version. I love the way the frame looks. I love the tires it comes with. I'm just extremely excited about it. Now, of course, one strange thing is that when I was looking online, I couldn't find much about the motor and the amperage for the controller. Now, I'm gonna assume that's because of legal reasons, especially with all these new e-bike laws coming into effect for California. And I'm assuming California is a huge market for them, but that's kind of my reasoning why I think they're not mentioning much about it, because online it says it's a 750 watt motor, which obviously is extremely underwhelming. I'm gonna assume that that's just like a generic motor power that most companies put. Like even on the Wired Freedom website, like if you really wanted to, they could put, oh, this is a 750 watt motor. When in reality, you can unlock this thing and it becomes a 3,000 watt motor. It all depends on what they're talking about, if they're talking about peak or if they're talking about just the minimum, if that makes sense. I'm gonna assume that's the case, and that's what's going on, because a 750 watt motor with 60 volts of power wouldn't make any sense at all. Now, when it comes to the amperage for the controller, I have no idea what it's gonna be. I'm hoping at least above 30, maybe 35. Obviously, it would be amazing to have 40, but I doubt it's gonna have it. And there is one reason why I actually kind of defend that, why not having a higher amperage controller, like the Wired Freedom, is because the one thing I do know about my old Ariel Rider XClass is it never had a problem with overheating. Literally never. No matter how long I rode it for, no matter how steep the incline was, it just never had a problem. Now, with my Wired Freedom, and I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure they're both bikes, the new XClass and this Wired Freedom are geared hub motors. While I love that because it got the torque, the problem with it is when you put a high amperage controller and a high 60 volt battery, these things like to overheat quick, very quick. And especially with that performance model, you're adding an extra battery, that's gonna add extra weight. It's just things are gonna get kind of dicey, in my opinion. So I'm assuming they'll probably put like a 35 amp controller on it, nothing too crazy, but still hopefully you'll get that top end speed and all that crazy fun stuff that we all want. Now, if I had to guess, I feel like most people are gonna start comparing this bike to the Motor Goat. At least in my opinion, I feel like that's the most similar bike to this bike now. Now, I don't think this bike is gonna have a higher top end speed or anything like that. I will say I love the way the look of this bike way more than the Motor Goat, for sure, without a doubt. Now, obviously the big difference is that the Motor Goat has a directless drive motor, and this one seems or looks like on the website to have a geared hub drive motor. So those are 2 big differences, which means I'm assuming the geared hub drive would obviously have more torque than the direct drive. But there's a lot of things that could change that, like the amperage on the controller, which we don't know yet for the Ariel Rider XClass. Look at this wave mode, no driver. All right, I guess I'm gonna go. I think they're always just gonna let you go. It's so strange when I see that thing. Regardless of how many times I've seen it, it's still so crazy to look at. There's literally no driver in the car. It's so weird. But back to what I was saying, that's probably going to be the biggest competitor for MotorGo is this new Ariel Rider XClass. And obviously the price differences is probably going to be significant. The one reason I would be more confident in the Ariel Rider XClass is just going based off my past experiences with Ariel Rider as a company is they've been very loyal to the warranty. They've been quick to send me replacement parts, honor their warranty, the way their bike's built. Like that old Ariel Rider XClass that I do have, I've ridden that thing through hurricanes, I've dropped it, I've crashed it, I've completely abused that bike. I've taken it up to Griffith Observatory, I've tried to overheat it. I've done everything you're not supposed to do with an e-bike, and I've done it. I've completely abused that bike. I've ridden it down to 0% multiple times, completely drained the battery multiple times. So, I mean, I'm extremely excited, man. I have my faith in Ariel Rider. I think it'll be a great bike. I do think, like most e-bike companies and most new e-bikes, their first batch, I'm gonna assume, might have some problems, you know? They're probably gonna have to work some things out, like any other company in any other e-bike. But I think once they solve all those little things, I think this bike will be incredible. And for me, the best thing about it is the styling, the look of it. Also, I will definitely make sure to insert some clips of my old Ariel Rider XClass, which is one of my favorite and first overpowered e-bikes I ever got. And let me rephrase, for the time, it felt overpowered. 52 volts, like 3-4 years ago, was pretty powerful. I mean, I didn't see a lot of e-bikes with more power than that. Obviously, there were Surons, but I didn't really want a Suron at the time. Now, obviously, I don't have the money to buy the bike right now, but I do plan on probably saving up, and this might be the bike that I get, because I've been saying for so long how I love the moped style bikes. I do love them, but they need more power, in my opinion. I will say that the new screen for the bike looks incredible. What the heck? Why is this light like twisted? It's not pointing in the right direction. What the heck was that about? I don't know if I'm tripping, but that light was supposed to be facing me, and it's not. It was facing the other way. That was weird. All right, this is gonna be the end of the video. I am overall extremely excited about this bike. I don't know if I'll be able to get my hands on it because I'm a small channel, and honestly, I don't got the money for it, but you never know. Just like always, I appreciate you guys watching these videos. Please do me a favor, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.